Hi everyone, my name is Rishad. Today is the 7th of April 2024. I'm going to be going over my weekly predictions for Nvidia. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts. And then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where we'll review last week's prediction and go over finalizing this week's prediction and putting it into the record. But before getting into the video, it's important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational. And therefore, I definitely recommend you to do your own analysis so you are comfortable with the risk, reward, trading style, and strategy that you use, and not only rely on my information, since this video is educational and its purpose is to provide an informed opinion of where I think the market is going based on whatever analysis I conduct. So if you're interested, definitely continue to watch, but it is my recommendation and fact that this is an educational video and treat it in that manner. So monthly charts, we can see very strong monthly charts for Nvidia. I mean, nothing's really changed except that March has closed, and we can see that again, very large body. However, if we look into the weekly charts, this is really only dominated by 1 week, and the problem is this is actually quite a long wick as well, an upper wick. So that's not actually encouraging since it implies losing steam. However, volume is going up, so we can still assume that Nvidia should carry momentum, whatever direction that may be, hopefully upwards. But regardless, we are prepared for any direction. Again, I mean, these both indicators are highly bullish. We can see that this has turned up around here and it's continued to stay bullish. I mean, you would have made a lot of money if you had invested in Nvidia here. And same with the RSI. I mean, the RSI crossed its average here. So you would have, if you entered here, you would have, again, a lot of money that way as well. But now let's move to the weekly charts here. You can see that similarly here, very bullish. We can see, however, there was a break of the trend line here. Now that is a bearish indication. And the next week, actually, which is this week, followed. However, what I have come to realize is that by keeping this range too large, it makes it difficult to capitalize on the amount of movement that Nvidia actually had. So considering the fact that the trend line was broken, and we should definitely expect downwards movement, but again, it is important to notice that the volume is very low. So, which is why we will just be using the high and low of this candle, which is 922.25 and 880.08 as the buy and sell entry points respectively, which are also the resistance and support respectively. Since the market should go downwards technically just based on price action, however, volume does suggest otherwise. Since these two candles were formed on low volume, we can actually expect, it's quite indecisive. So we should expect a move either way, which is why this range is still relatively small and can easily definitely provide for profits when broken. And for further elaboration, let's move into the daily charts. I mean, again, same thing here. It's just been in this trading range of that mother candle, and it hasn't broken whatsoever. We can see that again, until this is broken, definitely the break of this candle, which would be here, which is the high of the candle. And so there is definitely still room of around 20 points, which would approximate to a good 5% profit if it goes in that direction. And if it does end up breaking downwards from the low around here, and it does actually break the support, then we should expect quite a good movement, since there are pretty much 3 resistances in the way if you include the sell stop. So if that directional movement does happen, we want to capitalize on it since it should be quite sharp. But that's the technical analysis. Now let's move to the, and one more thing to note is that the RSI is actually going downwards, and so is the MACD. So there is actually quite a strong indication that the market goes downwards, which is why I've been mentioning this in the video for the last few weeks, that with the volume going down, you can see the volume going down as well, RSI down, MACD down, yet the price action is sideways. The market should tilt downwards pretty soon. But let's move to the Excel sheet. Again, last week there was no trade, and the 922.25 is the buy, and sell when it crosses 858.80. So 858.80 is actually wrong, since the low, no, never mind, that is right. My fault. The actual low, I misread it. It's 858.80. I said 880.08 because that's the close. It is actually 858.80 as the low. Target 2%, however, it is trailing. Again, so the way that this works is if it hits 2%, it's not an immediate take loss. Rather, the whole boundary is shifted upwards until the stop loss is hit. Again, weekly trend is up. Right now, monthly trend is up. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.